Hey guys, this is Subhash Mishra, your test coach. In our previous video, we have learned about TestNG groups and how to use them in different ways in testing. Today, we'll learn about dependent tests in TestNG. In our previous tutorial, we have already learned how to execute test in a specific order. We can set up the priority and test will get executed in the same priority. So here you can see, right, we have given the priority and test cases will get executed in that priority. So along with this execution order, we may require that a test must run only when another test has run. For example, you want to place an order. To place an order, first you have to log into the website. Then only you can place an order, right? If your login is failing, if you are unable to log into the website, then you will not able to place the order. So it doesn't make any sense, right? If you are not able to log into the website, why you need to test whether you are able to place an order or not? By default, that will not work. So here what is happening? Order placement test case is dependent on login test case. If login will work, then maybe order placement will work or may not work. But if login is not working, then order placement will not work. So order placement is dependent on login test case. So the dependent test in TestNG determine the dependency of a test on a single or group of test cases. So let's see that with an example. I'll create a new class, for example test4, and let me open it and let me remove all these things. I'll keep only launch browser and, for example, login. Let me remove all these things. Okay, and I'll make it as a test. So first we need to launch a browser, then we have to test it. Let me remove all these groups and all, or we can do one thing, we'll keep the priority, else it will not in a sequence. So this will be 0 and this I'll keep as 1. Let me remove the group for now. Whenever it is required, we'll keep it. Okay. So we know, right, if I'm not able to launch a browser, then how I log in, right? So this test case is dependent on this test. So what we can do, you can write something like this. This is again an annotation, depends on methods equal to which method it is dependent on. You need to put that name. Okay, and let me fail this intentionally. I'll fail. So what we can write, assert dot fail. Previously we know this, it will fail intentionally, failing the test. Okay, so this test will fail. So what we want, this is dependent on this, so this will not get executed, right? So let's run it. So what we are seeing now, pass 0, failed 1, skipped 1. So this got failed and this got skipped. It didn't execute because if browser is not launching, then how you will log in? That's what it happened. Because it depends on this one and it got failed. So that's why this didn't execute. Okay. You can do one thing. For example, you want, it's okay if it is failing, but still I want this to be executed. So it is called soft dependency. If you go to TestNG website, so TestNG.org, and click on documentation, here you can see dependencies with annotations. Click on this and here you can see the dependency, right? There is a hard dependency and there is a soft dependency. What soft dependency is telling? you will always be run after the methods you depend on. Even if some of them have failed, this is useful when you just want to make sure that your test methods are run in a certain order, but their success doesn't really depend on the success of others. A soft dependency is obtained by adding always run equal to true. So what we can do, we can add always run equal to true. So what will happen if it is failing also, doesn't matter, it will run. So let's execute it. See, two test cases got executed, one failed and one passed. Though we have given depends on method, as we have added this soft dependency, it got executed. Okay, so what we learned here, depends on method will help if we are dependent on any other test. But if you are giving this sub dependency, it will still execute if it is failing also. Now we'll learn about depend on groups annotation. So that will help us to make a test dependent on a whole group rather than a single test. Let me do one thing. Let me copy these methods from here and I'll add it here. I'll give priority as 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and here any groups is functional and here groups is sanity. So what we'll do here, I'll write depends on groups equal to functional. Okay, and let me fill it intentionally. Okay, and let me comment these two things for now. We're running only these two, right? And here we're depending on this group. Let's execute. So what we saw in our other packages, right, we have this kind of groups. That's why everything it is taking. I'll do one thing, I'll put it functional one, and here I'll functional one, and here I'll give sanity one. Okay, let's see. Now we are saying, right, it is dependent on this one, functional one. So this got failed, so that's why this got skipped. Okay, so if, let me remove this, and here I'll add as a group, for example, regression 1, and here I want to add multiple groups. How you do add? You can add like this, regression 1. Okay, let's run it. What happened? This got failed, this is also failed, and this got skipped, and this was dependent on these two. Okay, so that's how, if you are dependent on multiple groups also, you can do that. So that's how this dependent methods and dependent on groups, depend on groups and depend on method works. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to explain it. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.